Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to life. Are you living a good life? Well, what is a good life? Too big of a topic for us to talk about today, but today we can talk about something a little bit more relatable. A something, yes, that totally makes sense. Something that is about learning. Specifically, as we come to this last week about learning, I'm starting to miss you already. I said last week because I don't know if I've made it clear, but I'm planning to. That's right, we might not be seeing each other for some time. Please don't cry. Hold the tears. Though I permit you to shed a drop of tear, but please don't cry too much over this because I don't know when I'm going to come back, but it was a plan that I made to share with you my insights about learning in these 4 weeks of January. So, this is coming to the last week, and today I want to share with you a very practical way for you to implement all these different strategies that we've been learning so that you can have a plan, an attack plan for your learning. In fact, let me be very clear with you right now. Let me be very clear with you right now as I try to loosen up my voice and say it with a little bit more boom that this is something that I'm still trying to learn. Therefore, take it with a grain of salt. But then, as I said yesterday, and if you do need to watch yesterday's video, that sounded bad. It shouldn't be a suggestion, it should be a command. Go watch yesterday's video because I think you will be a little bit more motivated to check out what we're talking about today. And now I'm going to stop playing and I'm going to cut to it and talk about this plan that all I want to say is that I'm learning to implement this plan into my life. So it might not be perfect, but again, as we said, that's okay. We're learning, and in this process of trial and error, as we experiment with different strategies of learning, if we don't have everything down on the first try, learn from it and let's just pick it up from where we are and keep going. So, the 5 plans, the 5 steps to the plan. Step number 1. Oh, you were waiting for me to say it. I thought you would know it. Clearly, just assuming you're very smart from all the videos we've gone through together. But step 1 is about the 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? The 3 R's are read, recall, and review. So this is especially as it pertains to reading. When you're reading a textbook or you're reading any book, any information that you're trying to absorb and learn and ingrain into that beautiful brain of yours, you want to use the 3 R's. First of all, by reading, we're talking about active reading. What does active reading mean? Who knows? It's just a word out there. I'm just saying it. No, I'm kidding. We'll talk about it another time. But read in this stage to just really go through the material. You don't have to get too analytical about everything that's going on at this stage. You just want to read it, but still pay attention to what you're reading, obviously. And then after you read one section, it may be a 1 paragraph, it might be a few paragraphs. You know what? Just stick with 1 paragraph for now. That's what I'm learning to do. Close the book or turn off the screen or look away and just recall it. In your own words, just say it out loud. What was it about? What did you learn? Just say it. If you can't say it, it means that you weren't actively reading. You weren't paying attention. Remember the attention that we talked about in forming chunks. You need to pay attention. So you need to know that in order to, well, what? In order to really know what you're learning, you need to pay attention, and this will really check with your understanding to see whether you were paying attention or not, and whether you really understand or not. So that's why the second R, to recall, is very important. And then you review, meaning immediately you go back to the text or the book and you read that paragraph, that section again. And this time you pick up on things to see where you are, what you understood, what you didn't understand. Does that make sense? Great, because the 5-step plan, we only got to step 1. I hope at this rate we can finish the 5 steps by the end of the week. Maybe this is the way we will end with this series of videos. I'll just go through the 5 steps to this plan that I'm learning to implement. That I'm learning to implement in my life, and then we can see how we can work on this together. All right, let's leave it for now and have a beautiful day.